Hey Kahoot! Amber McCormick, EdTech Amber on social media here, and I am here to share something really exciting with you. So, my students, I teach kindergarten through fifth grade global studies, as well as two middle school courses, computer science discoveries and computer media design, and we love Kahoot. And inevitably, at the end of the game, every kid wants to play again. And I never really thought about the educational value behind that, but there is a lot of research that shows that repetition is very powerful. So Kahoot has this new way to play. This is called play again mode. This was formerly known as ghost mode. Those of you that played along ghost mode, my kids absolutely adored it. So play again mode is equally as fun, if not more fun, for students to play. So what exactly is play again mode? Well, after you play a live Kahoot game, you have the option to play the same game over again. When you click on the Play Again button, the same game is immediately relaunched. As well as your live class, all players are joined by their ghosts. The ghosts play the game alongside the live players as a little emoji, and their answers and their answer times will be exactly the same as those players entered in the previous game. The Play Again mode pretty much allows you to compete against your old score and other players' previous scores. In this way, it makes repetition competitive and fun. Repetition also helps create a feeling of accomplishment when the players are beating their previous scores or the ghosts. So my kids, let's say that you didn't do very well on the first round. You weren't fast enough, you didn't make the leaderboard, but you knew the answers, or maybe you learned along the way when the teacher went over the material. This is your chance. That play again mode, that second time around, is your chance to knock it out of the park. So, how do you get started with play again? Well, it's pretty simple. There are two ways. Number one is the most simple. When you finish your first game of Kahoot, you're going to see a new play again button. When you click on that button, the same game is going to be immediately relaunched. The second way is going to be a little different. This will be if you don't want to play immediately, but you'd like to go back and play against an old game, you can access the game under your reports. So you go to reports, you're going to be able to find the feature accompanied with each previous game that you've played. By clicking on those three dots of the game report, you are going to find and access the Play It Again option. So how can I use this in my classroom for real? Well, there are several ways that you could use this depending on the circumstances of your classroom. I've outlined 5 that I would like to share with you. So, number 1, master it faster. This is just a method where you're basically asking your students to straight away reinforce the game that they just played. So they are playing against their old scores right away and trying to beat those by getting faster scores and more accuracy. Number 2, desk-to-desk battles. Use the Play Again link from the reports page to get one group playing against one group at the results of a previous game. A study group can even challenge other groups to spark healthy competition between groups. 3, I love this one. Bring it home. This is huge. That school-to-home connection is so important. You can actually share that Play Again link and provide the link for each student to play again at home, trying to beat their in-class score. Even though you're playing by yourself at home, he or she really isn't competing against themselves. They're competing against their previous score as well as the rest of the class. This makes learning so much more fun when you've got that little competition element. Number 4, time is a great teacher. Use the link in the results page, Play Against the Ghosts of Kahoot, played at the beginning of a topic module to measure progress over time. This is so powerful. Use your first Kahoot as a pre-quiz. Give your students the material, have them take the test to see where they're at. Then, at the end, play again. See what your students retained after you've taught them all that really juicy information. And the last way that I've seen this used, and I personally love this one, challenge others at the same Kahoot. So at your school, if you're working on the same content, share it. Challenge another class. You could play against them. Give students the chance to compete against others in the school, around the country, or around the world. You don't have to keep learning in your own classroom. You can knock the walls down and share with the world. The Play Again feature is a great way for your students to compete in a live game against other students. Just share that Play Again link with others and see if they can beat your score. So don't just play Kahoot, play again Kahoot.